This is not about, promoting our backyard. It's for your benefit.
Well, it kind of is though. I mean, people want to snoop. They want to see what you have going on.
They're welcome to snoop.
Thank you, Amy and Glenn, so much for agreeing to participate in this year's Urban Garden and Farm Tour. We're just so grateful that you're willing to share this fabulous garden with viewers.
This we're calling the tomato tunnel. All of our indeterminates are going to grow up and over the top of this, and it looked like a big Calistoga wagon made of tomato plants. Probably be a nice place to hang out and have cocktails later on when it fills in, right?
We are thrilled to be partnering this year with Wasatch Community Gardens on a virtual version of their Urban Garden and Farm Tour. In this special series of videos, we'll be featuring some of the many creative, experimental, and downright beautiful urban gardens and farms in the Salt Lake City community. With Wasatch Community Gardens Community Education Director Mary Beth Janrick, we're visiting the garden of Amy and Glenn McMinn, longtime supporters of Wasatch Community Gardens. Their garden has great examples of interplanting ornamentals and edibles, creative plant support, and growing for year-round food supply.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to participate in Wasatch Community Gardens?
I was mentoring a refugee family, and somebody suggested they could get a plot at it was called the People's Portable Garden at the time. And we took them down there, and it was just wonderful to be able to have them put seeds in the ground, and they were able to work on their English with the other gardeners. And so that's how I got started. And I think I took some of your classes.
You did, you did. You started taking some of our workshops.
So I kind of started to discover my inner garden geek.
You did, absolutely. And now you're actually on our board. So thank you for your service.
And Glenn has been helping with the capital campaign too.
Yes, when you were raising money for your 8 South project, I got involved with that for the last year.
That's just so fabulous. How long have you been gardening here on this property?
Well, 18 years we've been here. We've kind of added a little more, and I've wanted more and more produce each year. Took up canning when I retired a few years ago, so of course that means you need more stuff to can.
Absolutely. I love that this whole garden is a very aesthetically pleasing blend of ornamentals and edibles.
I think vegetables are pretty myself. We don't always agree on that. So I put it like artichokes. I think are really pretty, so I put those in on the ends to try to accent that. And I think tomatoes are pretty when they're growing as well.
And the ornamentals, many of them attracting pollinators and beneficial insects, not necessarily just pollinators. I also love that it's really an orchard, but you don't know that when you walk in the garden. You just suddenly see fruit tree, fruit tree, fruit tree, fruit tree, like kind of tucked here and there. So that's a cool feature. I do think that this pandemic garden is really amazing.
So we put these beds in recently. This is the pandemic bed, which we ended up removing about a quarter of our grass. And then luckily friends were looking for sod. They hauled that away and used it again, which was great. And then we put in these 3 boxes, and we were looking for something to support the indeterminate tomatoes. And we wanted something a little bit different, and we also didn't feel like going to the store in this environment. So we used things we had lying around, which ended up being some cedar and the sprinkler pipes, and we made what we're calling the tomato tunnel that allows us to support them.
And we think it's turned out well.
And you can just pick tomatoes from overhead. I mean, that's just brilliant.
We hope so. We haven't found out yet, but we'll see soon.
I just think that's a really creative use of space, vertical gardening. It's just super cool and creative to make a tunnel for their indeterminate tomatoes. Now, an obvious question, I think, is what do you do with all this food? I see basil plants, pepper plants. I think you have how many tomatoes?
I believe 35.
35 tomatoes, and it's the 2 of you. So what do you do with your harvest?
Basil is pesto that we put in ice cube trays and freeze them as little pesto cubes and put them on pizza. So,
Okay.
tomatoes, you can never have too many tomatoes, I don't think. Pasta sauce, enchilada sauce, salsas, so whatever I have on hand. Zucchini is another one that I've been surprised. People love zucchini, the zucchini relish. I tried zucchini salsa one year, that was pretty good. Cucumbers, I've been doing a lot of pickles. I have a weird variety of cucumbers, and some of the weird varieties of cucumber make the best pickles, I'm finding. I've never grown pickling cucumbers yet, but
Oh my gosh.
Also the fruit as well, so you make jellies and jams and applesauce, and so everything goes into some jar.
So you're really able to eat from your garden, not just in August and September, but it pretty much spans the whole year.
And it was really very reassuring at the beginning of this pandemic when there was a run on the grocery stores to go down to my pantry and say, oh, I've got stuff that I can use. Green tomato curry.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And it also makes great gifts too. So.
Well, thank you so much for giving us that opportunity to enjoy this beautiful space. Thank you so much for following along with us on today's tour. We hope that this tour has inspired you to get creative and build the garden of your dreams. Follow Wasatch Community Gardens on social media for tips, tricks, workshops, and webinars to help you get there.
I hope you enjoyed seeing Amy and Glenn's amazing tomato tunnel. And if you want more information about their garden, check out our blog post at pbsutah.org/moderngardener. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. For Modern Gardener, I'm Lizzie Brousseau.